Hey, everybody. Uh. I feel like I still need to use a filter because I'm tired. So, we are doing Three Guys and a Girl. Slim is hosting today. Unfortunately, Slim is in Instagram, Facebook jail. So, we're going to go live from this page, but Slim is going to be hosting tonight. So, give us a couple of seconds. We're still just kind of getting things together, but we are here. We are here. We are here. Okay. Um... Girl, I don't even know what he did. Slim's always doing something. I'm
What?
just joking.
Nah.
No, someone had asked, what did you do? How come you got put in
Yeah, word.
Instagram jail? I know what he did. If y'all didn't see the video, you need to request privately as to what Slim did to get put into people's Instagram, Facebook jail.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know. Thought I was good.
Blend
There was
blend
there,
with Lexi. Trust me, you want to DM him and ask him. Let him show you the reason why he got put into the people's jail.
definitely. I was like, oh man, I'm in the slamming with my homies.
Okay, Val just joined. Mr. L is coming in. What up,
What's going on, sir?
Mr. L? You can hear? Can you hear us? He's buffering.
Oh,
It's
hold on.
buffering. Here he is. I hear you.
It's loading. I'm coming. I'm coming. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? I had to turn my Wi-Fi off because Instagram likes to act funny with
I
my
just
Wi-Fi.
invited Val into the chat, so Val should be joining us
Uh,
shortly.
I didn't think he was gonna
Oh,
join
there we
for
go.
a second.
All right. Did.
Excellent.
But
The
yeah, I
gang's
think
all here.
Slim is worse than I am when it comes to the Instagram
Listen to
ban
me.
now.
Slim.
I think he's got me beat.
Yeah, Slim went all out and put himself in the people's hot water.
Definitely.
So I don't know. Okay, I know we're Slim, like Megan, serious though. You felt because you were putting it in your close friends group that somehow.
They still catch
I
you.
didn't.
They still catch you.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're watching. They're worse than the FBI and IRS.
Yeah, word.
Listen,
I think
I
I
feel like that's where they're really watching because they know that that's the place that people are putting the shit that they're not supposed to put into regular spaces. So
then what's
that
the
makes
point of
sense.
having a close friend?
It's for other reasons to post things that you don't want other people to see.
Okay.
oh, he
Close
did
friends
though.
go
that
go
that
hand in
that
hand.
that aren't 18
That's
plus,
what got him put in
which is
jail because he
which is
did that.
wild. It's wild because you can get put in Instagram jail for that, but I've seen so much ass and titty
Yeah, I've
everywhere.
seen ass and titties out that.
But let me post a little Manscaped clip, a promotion, for a
At that.
company who is
And
sponsoring
a
us.
legitimate promotion at that. I've
But just
gotten
a,
dinged
it
for
was
making a comment in a live. They flagged me making a comment in a live, and it wasn't even anything that was
Wow.
inappropriate.
the
So
jump was only like
they monitor
10%.
all kind of bullshit.
That's wild.
Well done.
It's crazy.
So
But we're not gonna mount this live. So let's do this. Let's
so
do
Slim, get this
introductions.
party started. We are
Okay,
here
let's.
as your guests.
All right. So you guys are my guests. Welcome to Three Guys and a Girl, everybody. Val will be in the hot seat at the end of this.
That looks like he's sweating.
At the
Val,
end of
you're
this
sweating?
segment.
I just came off the treadmill, so yeah,
Yeah,
just a
I
little
thought
bit.
Val was gonna go AWOL, yo. I thought Val
I
was gonna
did
go
too.
AWOL.
When I popped on here and I only saw you and AJ, I was like, huh, I'm
No,
usually the last person
hey
on.
L,
Where's
you hit us
Val?
with the most evil fucking laugh when I got out of work, yo. That laugh when you got out of work, yo, I was like, yo, this nigga needs to be like the Joker or some shit, yo.
That's my favorite supervillain. The
Yeah, I can
Joker.
tell.
That's my
I can
guy.
tell, yo. You look a Joker ass nigga too, you know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Y'all are funny.
All right, now why don't y'all introduce yourself and I will come in last. Oh,
Coming in last one.
yeah,
You
So
always come
do I
last.
go first now because you usually go first? Is that
that's
the way
right.
that it works?
That's right. We're trading spots.
I
Let's
feel
do
like
it.
Val should go last because Val
I
gonna be in the
don't
hot
like
seat.
this. I don't like
It's
this.
gonna be hot
I'll go.
tonight.
I'll go last.
So
I'll go last.
Greetings, Three Guys and a Girl family. I am AJ Badass Jones, the host of the Pum Pum Chronicles podcast, 1/4 of Three Guys and a Girl. Tonight is going to be a very fun night because the man who is usually the quietest of the group is going to be in the hot seat tonight. And trust me, when I tell you we've all been...
I didn't know if that was a middle finger, if he was pointing at himself.
Word.
Either
It was
way,
the middle
both
one.
would have
I'm
been
pretty sure it
acceptable.
wasn't decorated. There was no ring, so I'm pretty sure it was the middle one. Oh, to Anna. Wow. So you know what? Now I'm even looking more forward to the fact that you're going to be
No.
terrorized tonight, Val. You see, I would have been your friend, but nah, not no more, my guy. But yeah,
I call
Pum
my
Pum Chronicles. Follow me, find me, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, it's on me.
That was
Oh
my
man, yo,
whole spiel.
I'm not used to going second. Well, hello everybody. I am Mr. L, the host of From the Mind of Mr. L podcast, where we discuss topics revolving around sex, whether it's kinks, life, dating, relationship, love languages, all the good stuff. Where we educate but also entertain. And by we, I mean myself and my guest and whoever else would like to chime in with their thoughts that they bring to me. Also, 1/3 of Three Guys and a Girl with these lovely three people right here. Um, Dang, what else? What else? I'm slipping, y'all. I'm trying to think if I have anything else going on right now. I've had a little bit of a recording hiatus over the past month, so bear with me. Charge it to my head, not my heart. I got something dropping really soon, so be on the lookout for that. But for the time being, it's 23 other amazing episodes where you will hear these wonderful people on there more than once. So definitely go check those out. The Compassionate Dom, the Sensual Sadist, the Southern Gent with a sprinkle of filth. What's that?
All right, Val, you can go last. I'll take this one. I'm your boy. I'm the host this evening. I am the Genuine Savage, also known as Slim State Steedman on IG. Obviously, please go follow me. Also represent 973 Vibes with my boys out of Essex County. Shout out to J Smooth, G, Joe, and Big Spanish Poppy. Shooting at a Bravery Studio. Shout out to the Spiritual Tip as well. That's another podcast that a friend of mine is working on, so we're just doing that. Shout out to George Cruz. And shout out to Full Platonic. Please go follow us on IG and everything. And Val, take it away, player.
What's going on, beautiful people? Good evening. The name is
But
Val.
it is a good evening, my brother.
Oh, Lord, here we go. Val, Love Lessons by Val. What I aim to do is to help you guys cultivate the healthy dating and relationship lives that you all deserve. Also do sessions as well. Solos, couples, understanding your dating scene, whatever it is, whatever questions you may have, please DM me. Nothing is off the table. The only thing that I ask is that you come ready to do the work. Also, I have my own podcast, Intricacies of Dating and Relationships. It's going really good right now. I'm so excited. I got some things cooking up. So please, link is in the bio. If you have Android, Spotify's there. If you have Apple Music is there. So everything's there for everybody. So please go listen, give me a review, all that good stuff.
Hey,
All
there we
right.
go.
So with
Hold
that
on,
being
I'm sorry. Cookie Love said something about a hand thing. I'm sorry. What type of hand thing are we talking about here?
Yeah, I wanted to ask that question, but I was like, maybe that's not.
Like
Oh, that thing?
okay. Oh,
That's
like
my guess. I don't know.
she want to have her own little hand thing going
I thought you
on.
meant
Okay, I didn't know if it
hand
was like a
thing.
hand.
Right.
That's why I was curious. What's up, Nick?
All right. What's up,
Hold on,
Nick?
Slim. Before you get started, I
Well,
want to
hold
tell
on
the
a second.
people.
How come Nick is only saying hi to Mr. L like the three of us, the rest of us don't exist? What?
Yeah, that's true, right?
'Cause your brother's
Actually, you
special.
gonna speak to the host, man.
It's okay. Hey,
AJ pulled up on a couple weeks ago and shit. Like, dang.
It's all right.
That's all good. Look, check it out. So here's how the agenda is gonna go real quick. We're gonna discuss our two topics, kick that shit around, and then Val, we're just gonna rip you to fucking shreds. Okay? All right, bud.
Val, if you're scared, just say that. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so check it out. First thing we're going to discuss is just a video that we have in our WhatsApp post. I'm going to describe the video for everybody in the comment section, and then we'll just piggyback from there. All right. So the video is it's a clip of a black couple, right? And the black couple, a man, he asserts that it's difficult for men to admit but we want to be desired just as much as a woman. He further says, not always in a sexual manner, just to have the desire to be around us, for us, and to be engaged in our world or a man's world. I'll say that, no matter how insignificant it may be to that woman. And also to know that men aren't just the horny ones in the relationship. Do you think that's true? Yeah. Do you want to repeat that?
Please.
Okay. Do you think it's true or difficult for men to admit that they want to be desired just as much as a woman?
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely, 110%. I believe that it is. And I believe one of the reasons why it is because that man is not at the level yet where he feels comfortable to emote, to say how he actually really feels, to be vulnerable. That's what I'm looking for, to be vulnerable and transparent with their person, to let them know that's exactly what they're looking for. Then you have the other segment of men where they feel like those are like um, bitch feelings, like
Mm-hmm.
men should not be feeling this way, um, they're there for the sex kind of thing and do what they have to do and call it a day. They shouldn't be asking for those types of things, which I label as the old guard. That's what I call it. Um, Nowadays, I like the fact that there are men out here that are okay with being vulnerable and expressing themselves and understanding that it makes them more manly as opposed to just trying to stay with the old guard or following celebrities that follow the old guard, seeing how it works for them. We're not celebrities. They're in a whole different tax bracket. They can do whatever the fuck they want. We got to pay attention to what we're doing, what we need to do, and what we need as well, especially when it comes to our mental health.
I like that, the old guard. And I see Damien creeping on the Reddit because this motherfucker's cursing his ass off now. Like,
Bro, he done
peep
gave us
that.
3 middle fingers, bro. What you
Right?
mean?
Right?
He done call it bitch feelings, motherfucker. I'm like, oh shit, all right. All right.
Damien's
Val,
here tonight.
how about you? How about you? What you think about that?
I agree. I agree, like Val said, 110%. And then some, um, like you said, the old guard. That's what we're used to. Men provide. You're there, you hunt, you kill, you build the house, you go to sleep, wake up, repeat, provide. It's not a lot of men out here who are in tune with their emotions and feelings. So I would say I would give it a good 75-25 blame. 75 is on the men, and I think that the 25% can be on some women, not all women, but some women who don't feel, and that it can be the old guard way for them as well, that men should be like, desire, hey, he's here to provide for me, he's taking care of me, boom. Why do I need him for other than financial, stability and protection? It's not like a desire on a deeper level. Um, but that all goes back to, like I said, the old guard, how we have to change that and change that mindset where it's okay to be in touch with your emotions and your feelings. I come in contact with children a lot, and so with young men, I do my best to explain that to them. Like, like, hey, every woman is not a bitch. You don't sit there and call her a bitch. Let's use our words differently. Nah, just because I hug another man, it doesn't make you gay. No, just because you say that you care about another man, it doesn't make you this, that, or other. Nah, and so all of that trickles into the emotions and being in tune with them and being desired. And I know, like for myself, I absolutely want to be desired. In the video, he said, not just in the sexual, but like a person who wants to be in your space, in your world. That right there holds more weight to me than anything sex can do for me, you know, because I feel as though, sex eventually can fade away or it's not going to be there as much. But I think it was like something with intimacy that was in the question as well that we had that you had sent us. And it's like, yo, I desire for much more than sex. So when you can give me that much more than when you want to be around me for me and just to be in my space, I value and appreciate that so much more.
Facts. AJ, I got to piggyback. I got a follow up question on that too.
I I sometimes wonder. I mean, I know what the answer is, but I still ponder it sometimes, like how we got to a place where a man showing his emotions should be considered as him being vulnerable. Like, I feel like it should just be a natural part of the
Human.
order of things. So, right, like if I'm sad, I'm just sad. If I'm happy, I'm just happy. If I'm feeling aroused, I'm just like, as part of all the regular emotions that we run through, how did we get to a place where a man feeling sad, a man wanting to be valued, a man wanting to be appreciated, a man wanting to be loved has somehow categorized him as being vulnerable? That's bizarre to me. Like, I understand why, because of, toxic masculinity and the things that we as women have done to men from generation to generation over the years, in making them believe that if they show any sign of emotion, it's a sign of weakness. It's just sad and tragic to me that we're at this place where now we're having to help men reverse that by, embracing this vulnerable side of them, when it should just be a natural, normal side of them. Like, babe, you need a hug, you should be able to come ask me for that. Babe, you have a moment where you're sad and you feel like crying, you should have space to be able to do that. Babe, you have a moment where you feel like complaining about your job, you should have, you should have room to be able to do all the things that everybody else is allowed and afforded the opportunities to do, without it being considered as a negative against your character, or as a negative against your personality as a man. I know how we got here, but daily it puzzles me as to why we're still in this place. I think it's sad and unfortunate when I'll say, like, on, like, as women, when we as women cannot afford a man the opportunities that we want for ourselves, in terms of that level of desire, because we consider that to be a woman's emotion. That's just dumb to me, you know. um I think that men should be desired. Like, I should be able to look at you and say, God damn, babe, you're sexy as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? And it not just be like about, I need some penis. Like, you went and got your haircut, I need to tell you how amazing you look. You know what I mean? You got your lineup, whatever it is. You went to the gym and did your little workout. You're coming in the house sweaty. I'd be like, babe, you're looking so buff. Like, there should be moments where we should be appreciative of the men in our lives, just because they're in our lives, not because we want anything from them, not because we need anything from them, but just because they exist and because we love them.
Nah, I agree. In my past or history, I've had women tell me, "Oh, you're more emotionally intelligent than I am," and it was almost like a shock. And I thought that was like strange, that they thought that was a problem, or that was like, different or weird to them. Because, like you said, AJ, we all got feelings. We're all fucking human. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I also think that um, if a man felt desire, and not like, so not on a sexual tip, just as a human, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
As an equal part of this relationship, I think that men would, and forgive me for saying this, I may be really ignorant by saying this, but
You're okay.
I just feel like a man may not wonder as much. I don't condone a man to wonder if he's not getting it at home or not getting that desire. I'm just saying, if a man did feel that extra level or that reassurance, I'll say, that he is desired, I think he would be less amped to go out and look for new things, because he would be getting that contentness at home. He would be feeling it at home.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second? I
Yeah,
think complacency is what ends up happening.
I agree.
And not everybody, but I feel like, for women, especially women who are looking to get married, when they beg their husband, when they get their husband, and it happens both ways, but
Yeah,
I feel like women feel like they have to put in less of an effort because they have their man now. They have to put in less of an effort because they have their husband. So before, when we were courting, when we were dating, you know what I mean, I want to make you feel good and keep you interested in, and keep that level. I would compliment you, I tell you how great you look, whatever it is, you know what I mean, until you get, it's kind of like the whole, you stop dating once you get married, and you really
yeah.
shouldn't. You should continue to date the person that you're with.
I
I
was gonna
feel
say
like
that.
there's a point where, because I'm with you, like, I'm with you, like, of course I love you, because of course I like the way that you look, of course but we never say those things verbally. We take it for granted because we become complacent because we're in the relationship, and we don't feel like we have to do any additional work because we're in the relationship. Like, where are you going to go? What, are you going to leave me because I don't compliment you anymore? What, are you going
Yeah,
to leave me because I don't, show that level of desire for you anymore? And I think part of it, like you said, for some people, they're searching for that. Like, they
yeah,
want to know that they still got it. They don't
yeah,
necessarily want to know from somebody else, but
yeah,
if you're not willing to give it to them,
yeah.
sometimes
I mean,
people
like,
go looking for
They
those
step up.
things in
I,
other people.
I've been guilty of, like, in my past, like, somebody may go through my phone and see some shit, and shorty may be like, "Yo, you talking to her? You just do what you like?" No, I don't. I was just entertaining it, just because, and really it's because I felt like I was missing it in the household where I was at that current time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I did. But I want to touch on something else real quick before I forget. All right. So the second part of that is the man. He talks about he wants a woman to just engage in his world, right? He wants the woman to be a part of his world, no matter if she thinks it's insignificant or not. I guess my question is, and I'll start with Val again. Do you think a man is expected more to engage himself in his woman's world versus the woman to engage herself in the man's world?
Yeah, yeah. I think we see that a lot. I'll just be transparent as well. Like I see that a lot in my world as well, especially in my sessions too. There's usually like the man one needing to fit, in her world, be
Mhm.
interested in what she's doing, things of that nature. But then when the man wants her to come into his world, kind of thing, it's
Hmm.
like, why do I have to do that?
Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
my job, or something of that
Or
nature. That's what
yeah,
I've seen.
or even like something as far as insignificant.
Hmm.
What you like to do? I mean, a hobby of yours. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you. I've watched 90 Day Fiance and Love at
Hmm.
First Sight and Love Is Blind.
Hmm.
All these fucking reality shows that, in my opinion, cater towards women. I don't like these shits. You know what I'm saying? I find myself entertaining because if it's what she liked, this is what I'm going to watch to try to spend some quality time, especially you two working motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I
That's
just
quality
feel,
time. That's
yeah,
bonding. That's showing initiative. Like you're interested in her world, and that's how you build those feelings.
yeah.
Um,
But do you think your woman will sit here and watch, uh, you know, Forge in the Fire or some shit like, you know what I mean? So, just what I'm saying?
I would
Like,
actually watch Forging the Fire because I like
Forge,
that show.
Hey,
Forge
look,
Fire is
I
the
was
shit.
gonna
But AJ,
say
you're
I don't,
savage though.
Yeah, I
AJ's
know.
I don't,
savage.
I don't.
I took myself out of the equation of that. I'm not sitting down watching 90 Day Fiance with nobody.
Hey, look,
Yes.
when
I'll watch
everyone's
Forging the
talking,
Fire.
whatever show there's a show out there on, I think it's like OWN or whatever, but it's like couples who are going through like something in their relationships, and so therefore like the counselor sets them up with like two dates or whatever, like separately
Uh,
each person, and then like at the end they come back together and decide like, yo, do you want to stay with this person? I ain't gonna lie, yo, that shit kind of interesting. Just it's a little messy.
right?
So like I be watching it. I ain't gonna hold you to other stuff, nah, but that one I be like,
yeah, I'm just saying. But I just felt like that was I'm with you, Val. I feel like women don't really engage in the man's world as much as a woman is expected to, you know, engage in our world.
It's I don't know. Like I'm interested to hear what AJ has to say about that one too. Yeah, I put you on the spot.
It's okay, Val. Your time's coming. All
Ah,
right. I do think that there is a natural born expectation that men pay more attention to a woman's interests. Um, and I do think that it's unfair and unbalanced. Absolutely. You know, I think people's relationships are falling apart, and it's really easy to figure out why the relationships are falling apart if they internally actually just pay attention. You know, um, really and truly, it's just so it's simple, it's basic. Like people will say, like, I don't understand why this is happening. Yeah, bitch, you know exactly why it's happening. You don't cook, you won't suck that man's dick, you won't spend time with him doing the things that he enjoys, but you're expecting him to do XYZ, provide for you, take care of you, take you out, make sure that all your needs are met, make sure that he's eating your pussy, giving you good dick, blowing your back out, going to work 9 to 5, and you,
green flag right there,
it's
green
all of
flag.
it's all of these things that you have these expectations, but then when he wants to be intimate, you say you're tired. When he wants you to like maybe tend to him, it has to be a special occasion. When it is a special occasion, you want to give him pussy, you don't want to buy a dick, buy him a gift, you don't want to pay attention to the things that he likes. You know what I mean? Okay, his love language, one of his love languages is physical touch. So you're gonna back up on him and rub some ass on him, and that should be physical touch. But there are four other love languages that get intertwined into everything else that you also have to incorporate. Part of the problem is we want to love people the way we want to love them instead of loving them the way that they want to be loved.
Yes.
Plain and simple. We stop paying attention to the things that are important because we figure, okay, well, we're here. We do the bare minimum or the basic, and that should be enough. And it's just not. It really and truly is just not. People would be able to see the faults in their relationship if they just really open their eyes and pay attention. Because how is it that people around you can see it, but you're in it and can't? That's just crazy to me.
I think
Just
you gotta.
absolutely crazy to me.
I think you gotta be reflective. I think that comes with a level of self awareness and self reflectiveness that not everybody possesses or is ready to
Mhm.
admit. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta look
But
in.
how about if the person is telling you directly and you're still not paying attention to it? Then what?
Yeah, yeah, that's just stubbornness. You know, that's a selfish person, in my opinion. 100%.
That's my 2 cents.
And you got anybody got anything else before we move on to the next
You
topic?
dropped the motherfucking
Um,
mic. I don't know.
yeah. Let me jump in
Ready
here.
to
Let
walk
me
out the
jump in
room.
here
Just
real
drop it and
quick.
go.
Um,
AJ's getting pissed the fuck
let
off,
me
yeah.
let me jump in here real quick because yes, absolutely yes. Everything that everybody has said, spot on. I have lived through it. First of all, shout out to you, Slim, and you, Val, for being transparent with that. Because I'll speak from experience myself. I do 100% agree that, yes, men, we have to, it's more receptive of us to go into their world than them to trying to go into ours and understand and experience and see things that we're doing or that we enjoy doing or that we want and desire. Um, where to begin? So, like, just to touch base, because AJ's comments were fresh on my mind. When she was talking about physical touch, I think that a lot of women just think that as long as I'm giving him some ass, I'm good. Like
So much
that's all
more.
That's
that men
enough,
want anyway.
right?
Which boils back to the conversation that we just had. Like no, sex is great. Don't get me wrong, but I need multiple things filled in before that. So I think that when that gets cut out and they really do, well, not the sex, but just like when there's understanding that we desire much more than just mass. It
Mhm.
could be a great thing. For myself, like one woman who I was getting to know, I was going into her, and I think it goes back to like the courting thing. Yes, men, I believe for the most part, a woman can lay the seeds, or even if she wants to court, cool. But for myself, it I would like to be the pursuer. And so I think that we get caught up in that pursuing to where men don't think that like, oh, she doesn't have to get to like know me, know me. I have to do all this, this, and this. And women expect for like, oh, you got to get to understand me. You got to get to learn me. Where in actuality, you both need to get to learn and understand each other.
Absolutely.
And so when that happens, and I think that it's easier for a woman to come into a man's world. Um, so my example. Shorty's on like a more spiritual level type thing. And, I'm not quite there on the spiritual, but I was like cool, interested in learning because one, I rock with her and, I wanted to learn about her, this, that, or the other. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Might not be, my cup of tea, but it's still her world. It's a part of who she is. So I'm invested. I'm interested. I'm paying attention. But then when it comes to like myself with my podcast, what I do, things of that nature,
Not
it's
interested.
it's not as receptive from women when it's like, oh wait, you do this, but you don't do no, okay. Are you like actually trying to come in and understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, this, that, or the other?
Mhm.
Then when you're not, that's that selfishness, and that's something that I don't need. So yeah, I yeah, 100%.
I feel like for some men, that opens up so many doors for him, obviously, but it opens up so many doors for the women to go through as well. Just more getting closer to the heart, especially when they're so interested
Right.
in what you're doing. More importantly, why you do it, and then supporting you, understanding why you actually do it, finding ways to support you so they can show you, hey, this is what you do. I'm with you all the way, or even asking you plainly, what can I do to support you, babe? All these
Right.
things, it continues to
Matters.
build and build and build. It truly matters to a lot of men. A lot of men will not admit it, honestly. I wish more did because it would make a big difference in y'all dating life, relationship life. If y'all are married, your married life, everything will make a
I,
big difference.
I mean, I will say that as a man, I do, I've had, significant others ask me, is there anything I could do for you or how can I help you? Or, you know what I mean? Let me help. Even when they ask, for me, it's still hard to say yes sometimes. You know what I mean? I may say no, even though I may want it, to help. I still do find it a bit challenging to say yeah, but sometimes I've learned to just let my
Is it
walls down, relax.
because is it because you're like you don't know how they can help you or you're not used to it
I think
or
Good question.
I think for me, honestly, I think and this goes for anybody. I think it's the fear of getting help from somebody and then having them
Mm-hmm.
throw it in my face later.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's what it
Okay.
is for me. It's the
Okay.
idea. It's the fear of, you helped me, and then you say, oh well, I helped you did this, or if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't do this, or you wouldn't be here. And it's like,
Right.
yo, bro, like if it ain't from your heart, then
Can I challenge you, Slim?
go ahead.
Can I challenge you to whenever if the opportunity does present itself for you to be like that vulnerable for them to like, help you or do something for you? I say take it. And then just be not guarded, but if
No
they do throw it in
expectations.
your face, you know they're not for you.
Yeah,
You take that and you just run with it. You're like, yo, all
yeah,
right, boom, did you do this? Because like don't let that hinder you from allowing
yeah. I've
somebody
let,
in to help,
but yeah, my pride has gotten in my way throughout my
I
life
feel it.
for a few things, like even down to family. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be, I've had my own family say, listen, we can't help you if you don't know. You know what I'm saying? What the hell's going on?
Right.
So it's just something across the board. I have to learn to just kind of check my pride to the side because your pride will kill you some fucking times. And then I
Facts.
also had to learn that as a man, you know what I mean? We link up and we're supposed to compliment each other always, not just,
Yes.
you helping her, you know what I mean? And she helping you, you know what I'm saying? Like, or him or whatever the fuck ever.
Balance.
Yeah,
There needs to be more balance.
it should be a balance, you know what I'm saying? I truly believe, I don't believe in gender roles really like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe whatever I'm good at, I bring to the table. What you're good at, you bring to the table. People consider me domesticated. I can wash clothes, cook dinner, fold clothes, and clean and do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a woman to do any of that for me. I'm fine doing that in our household. If my woman is better at fucking, I don't know, mowing the grass, I mean, I can cut grass too. But I'm saying if that's her thing,
Yeah.
then fuck it, do it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Or I have no problem as a dad going to the PTA meetings. You know what I'm saying? And being that
Right.
PTA dad. I don't think that should be a woman thing. Matter of fact, my homie
Nope.
Hollywood, he is single dad. He hates it because he used to go to the PTA meetings. They look at him like he crazy, and it's like, yo, what you expect? Why is it?
And that's why I hate
Can
the
I say
what do you
something?
bring to the table topic is because like say and no offense to women who do that, like yo, if that's what you bring, that's great. But like, all right, you tell me that's what you bring. Well, guess what? I can do all those things myself then. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know how to do all those things. I'm capable and I don't mind doing those things because I do those for myself anyway and I don't mind doing it for my partner. So it's just like, all right, then what else you bring? But it's not just like that, the physical things that we can see. It's the willingness and the ability to compromise and knowing if, your person had a rough day or something. So, yo,
I
let
was
me
about to
take
say
over
that's why you
this.
got banned from live, but you have clothes on. Sorry.
You thought I was about to show the nipples. It's not Tuesday.
Oh yeah,
But my bad, AJ. I ain't mean to interrupt you.
Sorry. No, no, you're fine.
I think AJ got that titty picture too.
Tap.
We're not going to talk about that. So I was going to say two things. What Slim had said about that balance and like just even around parent teacher meetings. When after my children's father and I, like after my ex, we split up. Um, I can promise you, I never went to a parent teachers meeting. I can count on one hand the number of school concerts I went to. I never did extracurricular activities. I didn't take them to their dental appointments, their doctor appointments, nothing. Their dad did all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I was quite comfortable and quite happy to not even allow him. He was just better at it. And there was no arguing. You know what I mean? I was going to be like, oh, I'm going to go to the parent teachers meeting because I'm the mom and the mom's supposed to be there. Fuck that.
I
You're better
wish
at it.
I
You
wish
can deal better with that shit. I am appreciative of the fact that you were willing to take on all that extra stuff. Please have at it.
Let me
That's the
tell you.
first thing. Yeah, so, For Platonic had made a comment saying that men want understanding and women want security. I think that they want both. I think that men don't just want understanding. I think that we've gotten to a place now where men are no longer willing to accept the bare minimum in their relationships.
Yeah.
I think that we are at a turning point of things changing where men are taking longer to get married and men are taking longer to settle down in relationships because there's a turning point. There's a change in the winds, right? Men are no longer willing to accept the bare minimum, the basics in the relationship, just because a woman looks good, just because she's eye candy or whatever the case may be, or because her pum pum is the table and that's what she brings to the table. Men are fed up. Men are tired
I
of that
agree.
and men are looking for more. They're not just looking for understanding of their relationship, they're also looking for the security for themselves in their relationship as well. It's no longer going to be, okay, well, we're going to do everything that you want to do. What about some of the shit that I want to do? Okay, yeah, you don't know anything about sports, but it doesn't mean that you can't come to, the bar with me and have wings and sit down and watch a sport. I can explain it to you. We can sit down and talk about those things. You know what I mean? It's not like whatever it is. I just feel like there's a change in the tides where men now are starting to realize it's okay for me to value myself. It's okay to see the worth in myself where I don't have to settle down with somebody just because it's time for me to settle down with somebody. Do you know what I mean? Does that?
Yeah, I agree.
Makes sense. I'm with that.
That's it.
Give me that quality time. Just the effort that you put in to come to the come to the bar with me. Even you show me one time and you really don't enjoy it, it's cool. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even ask you again. I appreciate you for coming this one time. I
For
see
even
you
trying, right? For
for
trying,
even
make the
trying.
effort.
Just get the effort. Just get the
Mhm.
effort. That's it.
Definitely.
Long way.
All right, let's move on to topic two. Topic two is about, hold on one second.
Really,
All right,
Professor?
check it out. Topic two. Should men, this question, Val, you can take this first.
Hey, don't start yawning, Val. You awake. You good. Nah. A
Yeah,
day
you're
of
not getting
royalty,
off, Val.
sis.
No
I
matter
need
what
you
you
in
think is going to
there.
happen
Get that
right now,
Good
you're
man
night,
here,
some,
guys.
throw
See
some
you. We
water
out.
on his face,
And
whatever.
I'm watching the time too, guys. So
right?
all right, check it out. Should men always pay on the first date? And there, oh, I'm sorry. Should men always pay on the first date? And is there a system where it can be more balanced so men are not always out of pocket, especially when the date does not succeed? I believe George Cruz had a business idea for this. Let me read it again, George. I mean, George, I'm sorry.
Can I give my thoughts on this?
Go for it.
Okay. I think when you are dating, especially if you're going on multiple dates, I think that first dates should be Dutch. I honestly do, because I feel like what ends up happening is, and it's the truth, you
You
have a
say,
segment of women who will date men just for the free food. You have a segment of women who will date a man just for the date so they can sit down in somebody's restaurant and have that man spend $200 to $300 on them and never talk to that man again.
Church.
trifling assholes, I'll tell you.
I honestly feel like first dates, because this is my thing, right? It's different if it's somebody that's been pursuing you, pursuing you, pursuing you, pursuing you, pursuing you, and you say, you know what, okay, I'm gonna go on a date with this person, then they take you out. But if this is a thing where, you know what I mean, Slim, you and I are talking and things are going well, and and you say, hey, maybe we should go out and get a bite to eat, it shouldn't be an automatic expectation that you pay for me. If we are coming together to just kind of hang out and see what the energy and the vibe is like, I should be able to pay for myself and you should be able to pay for yourself without you feeling like you're obligated to break the bank, break your pocketbooks in order to impress me on something that's not even sure. It's different if you're two, date three, date four in, and you're like, okay, you know what? I really like her. I really like her vibe. I really like her energy. Now I want to get more serious about courting her. I'm going to start taking her out and da 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 da. I feel like at that point, once you guys have made like a collective together decision that, yeah, this is something that works for both of you, then yeah, he can take the reins or whatever the case may be. You can switch back. But I honestly feel like all first dates, especially when you're trying to figure out whether or not you even like this person, every first date should be Dutch. Pay for yourself and that person pays for them. Split the check. Period.
Yeah, so I'm gonna piggyback off that. I'm with that. I'm with that 100%. But if I ask you out on a date, like if I'm really like, and there's somebody in here. If
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If
if
you're pursuing her and you know you're pursuing her and you're
yeah,
the one saying, hey, I would really love to take you out,
yeah,
then
I'm
you
gonna take you on
pay.
a date.
But if you
But
guys are just shooting the shit and you're like, you know what, I was going to go get a bite to eat. You want to meet me at this restaurant or like, let's go hang out and get a bite to eat. And it's kind of more like a general casual type of way. You shouldn't feel like you're obligated to pay for her because in every date that you go on, you're going to have that same mentality. And Breda, you're going to be broke. You're going to be
yo,
eating hot dogs and crackers
a
for
lot
a
of
month.
a lot of shit that I do is almost everything I do is with intention. So it's not much casual. I know you're saying like the casual thing, but believe me, there's intent and why I'm doing what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I'll let you know that intent before I get to that date, and let you know where I'm at just where I'm headed, just to make sure you're comfortable with it. So that casual shit's kind of out the window for me. That's number one. Number two is I I had a particular person who we went on maybe I think 2 dates,
Mm.
and on by the second day we went to a comedy club or whatever. And after the comedy club, we was with my brother, and they went to go out for drinks. I ain't gonna stunt. I was kind of tapped, and I think Shorty knew it, but Shorty was so gangster and
So,
like
yo, I got you. Don't worry.
Really? Yeah, yeah.
Type
But the
deal.
way she did it was so cool. She's like, I looked at her. She's like, my brother's like, let's go out, let's go get drinks at the street at this bar. And she was like, yo, let's go. And she's like, here, I got it. And it's like she said it like smooth and shit. She's like, I'll take your drink because I guess she wanted to go out, and we did. And she's prepared to pay the bill. My brother's a gentleman. He paid the entire bill, and she had to come out of pocket. But just the fact that she was willing, you know what I'm saying, and even said that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and at that, like you said, hey, I think that was like maybe our second date. You know what I mean, or like a second time out or whatever. So,
Right.
for me, that's cool. The fact that even if you almost split the bill, even if we alternate, I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So I want
I'll
to
take that.
Yeah,
piggyback.
I agree with that. I just don't think that the man should have to be the one to pay every single time. That's just weird to me.
So
That's a man
I
with
want
two testicles. I agree.
glad to know you got two. Um, I agree. I know
I
it's for myself is different, not the testicle part, but the pain. I
How
got
did we get
two
here?
the day
How did
after
we get here?
two two. But anyways, yes, the gesture, just me being the gentleman that I am. Even if the date is going bad, myself personally, I'm gonna pay for it because then my hands are wiped clean. Cool, date's over, done. That's it. Luckily, I've been blessed to not have any dates really at the end like that. I agree that, you know, whoever asked the person to go on a date, they should be responsible for the date. Even then, if a woman asks me, it's just in my nature that, yo, all right, cool, you asked me. I see that you're offering to pay, but you, boom. That shows I've had a good time, probably. And like, I don't mind
So let
paying
me
for it.
let me let
Yes.
me throw a monkey wrench in there. Let me ask you a
Throw it.
question.
Hmm.
So suppose she asks, I feel like one of us has told this story, but I've recently talked to somebody who had this experience, so I don't know, regardless. Suppose you invite her on a date, and as you're at the date, you're at the restaurant, her her family shows up,
I
I'm a,
remember this.
okay.
and they sit down at the table with you because she invited them to come on the date. So now you're accommodating her sister, her mom, her brother, and her dad.
No, I'm paying. If I don't walk up and leave, I'm just paying for it because that is a major red flag for me. If you invite
Facts,
your
God.
family on a date, I'm here
Word.
to have this moment with you, not your family. This isn't a safety precaution, type deal.
Hmm.
If that's the case, then they can sit over here at this other table and they can pay for their own stuff. So if anything, I'm getting up and I'm leaving. Hey, nice to meet y'all. Y'all have a great evening. And
So at
that
that
number will
point,
be blocked.
would you pay for her and yourself and leave, or would you just pay for yourself and leave?
Oh, okay. So we've already ordered and stuff.
Yeah, so you've
So this
already
is
ordered.
okay.
They come in, they join you for dinner, and they're like, "Oh, we're sorry, we're late.
No, because that's a
You
red
know, we had a
flag.
hard
That's
time getting
no, no, no,
parking,
no,
whatever."
no.
So she
No,
knew they were coming. She just
that's
didn't
a
tell you.
Oh no,
that's a
hell
Now
no.
they've ordered a
Hell
bunch
no.
of
that's
things.
no, that's a major red flag right there. I'm paying for mine in
And
that
you're out. Okay.
situation, and then I'm out. The
Hey,
gentlemanliness goes out the window then. All
nigga, you
right,
better
the
than
Okay.
me
gentleman.
because I'm a savage. I stick to with my bill too, homie.
See, oh my God, that's the thing too. Because and Slim, you had said this earlier too. Intention and AJ, what you just said, I feel like she intended to not tell me that her
Oh,
family is coming. You
oh,
know what
she
I mean?
did.
Which again, major red flag. We don't play
Yes.
these games out here. You pay for your bill. I'm straight. On one end too,
Somebody
that's
would
somewhat. It's a little disrespectful, to be honest with
very.
you, to expect you being the man to pay for you
Yeah.
and your sister, your brother, your family that I have no clue what's
I don't
coming.
even care if it's your
But then
friends.
I don't care.
Right.
I don't care because then now the narrative is gonna switch. Like I went on this date with this guy, and he didn't even pay for me. Da, 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 da. You're gonna say all this
Nah, nah, nah.
crap. You sully my
Oh,
name and all this shit.
you
But
Yeah.
forgot to
now
tell that
I
your
gotta
folks
go and
came.
try to. One
Yo,
more time.
I'm
four
like, oh, you
platonic.
forgot. You forgot to tell them that your peoples came.
Not even that. Four platonic
I was
says
like, yo,
best.
shorty, you
Can
forgot
I
to
fuck
include
your
that in the
moms and your
story.
sister? Can I fuck your moms and your sister? That's how I'm paying for them. That's it.
I'm not even gonna
That
touch that. But
now dead ass.
Yeah. Let's leave
No,
that.
no.
Why are you?
So
Why are
so
you
I get
looking?
it. I get it
You
because
understand
that's
what
the
I'm saying?
same.
I
That's
get
the
you.
same conversation with the friends. When if the friends, you're out with your girl and her friends are there. Are you paying for her friends? And I've seen people be like, "Yo,
Right.
I'm
Yo,
not
that's a new
fucking your
thing too.
friends.
That's a
I'm
new
like you're
thing.
my girl, not them. So if I'm paying for them, and some
Nah.
men, some people do think that way. Like, yo, if I'm paying for everybody, then everybody, giving something up. And so I've seen
Yeah.
people say that either way, it's a red flag. Either way, I am not
Now, if
because
you
it's
do it in
the
that
intention.
manner, if you do it intentionally and sneakily and shit like that in that matter, yeah, I pay for more, but don't get mad if I talk to every single one of them. You know what I mean? If that's the case. Now we have a discussion ahead of time, maybe. Nah, I wouldn't do that either. I don't even want to set that
I still
precedent.
wouldn't do it.
You know, I still wouldn't
I
do it.
feel it. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
No,
I'm
that's not
just
a date.
saying, it's all yeah, it's not a date. It's all about intent. Like that's because let me invite my homies and we could just have a big ass party. That's the case. You know what I mean? We just have a kickback. Like, why you inviting everybody?
Yeah, see, I don't know. But I am with AJ though on the fact that people need to do Dutch first dates, especially if it's like a casual thing brought up.
Yeah.
I see where Mr. L's coming from with the whoever asked should be paying kind of thing or whatever. Um, you know what? I'm gonna throw a different thing in there, and it's more on what AJ said. So I always promote individuals to be in that talking stage for a while, for a
Yes.
while. You're building rapport and all that stuff, or whatever. And I'm hoping by that time you guys understand um, y'all dynamic. You know, I
Mhm.
don't I don't necessarily believe in the gender roles right now either because it's always changing. You meet somebody
Yeah.
who's for it, you meet somebody who's not for it. So y'all that's why I say y'all dynamic. Once y'all learn y'all dynamic and y'all go on the date, you guys will know who's going to be paying for the first date. As opposed to, hey, I just swipe right or left, whichever the one is supposed to be. And we swipe right on each other, whatever, and now we gotta go on this date. Save your money. There's somebody in this chat. I'm not going to call her out, but we had a very healthy conversation. And she was going on dates with individuals for the sole purpose of getting the meal.
Right.
Now,
She
and
hungry.
hey, I don't know. We had a discussion and everything. She was very nice. So that's why I feel comfortable saying this. Very nice, very great conversation. And it ended with the fact of people might see that, especially if it's a genuine man, he might see it
Yeah.
as you being selfish and you're going to be missing out on a potential blessing just because
Yes.
you want to go to this new place that got this best seafood that he wants to take you to. You know, stop doing that. Stop doing that shit because again, that's how you end up lonely. That's how you end up bitter. That's how you end up all men ain't shit. All that stuff or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
It was not you, Sandra. It was not you.
Oh, I thought she really called herself out.
I was
Yeah.
like, wow,
Nah,
girl, you outed
nah,
I
nah.
said,
yourself.
yo, that's brave. I said,
I'm,
yo.
I'm
She
about to
said,
say, I'm
yo,
like, no, it
that's
wasn't
brave.
you. But yeah, man, don't don't
Oh
don't be
man.
putting y'all in that position, man, for real, for real. Because I've seen so many people miss out on their blessings, and then they want to talk to me like, "How can I get them back?" I'm so sorry. That's a hard thing to dig yourself out of, depending on the type of
Yes.
man that it is. Hard shit to dig yourself out of. Don't put yourself in that predicament.
And so
That's,
with
Yeah.
that, that's one of the reasons why like
I want
expensive.
to touch on
It's
that.
kind of like one of those things I'm just observing when I'm talking to Shorty about going out on a date or something. I'm not choosing an expensive place to go to. First of all, no, I'm not. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
trying to wine and dine. Well, first of all, like fancy
Mm-hmm.
wine and dine where we're gonna run the bill up is not my go-to at all in the beginning stages of the date. Um, but if she mentions, well, what about here or like, I'm like, why? Usually, I'm not saying that it's a cheap date. I'm gonna go somewhere where maybe I'll enjoy or a new food place that isn't as expensive. Just because one, I want to see what you're about. Let's see how the conversation goes and things like that. Because I'm not gonna be used as a food nigga, basically. Um, and I don't know. I
I
think
think
that's
we
just
need to
where I'm at with it.
rethink the way that we date.
Yes.
Absolutely, that's why we got Val to help us with that.
I
Yep.
Well,
mean,
that's what I'm saying. I think, like,
I
yeah,
believe
what
in
Val said, like, about it
experiences.
being the talking stage, I think people automatically jump right into the dating stage because they want to do all the experiences. Like, if you're talking to
Hmm.
somebody and getting to know somebody, you know what I mean? Like, why are the dates so elaborate and super expensive for somebody that you may decide that you really don't like in real life? You know what I
Showing
mean?
off.
What is wrong with going to a coffee shop? What is wrong with, going to get ice cream and going for a walk and sitting in the park and actually having conversation? Why do these have to, like, I just don't understand that. And I know Off Top Media had made a comment about like most women wouldn't like the idea of going Dutch, but I feel like the narrative has to start changing somewhere. Do you know what I mean? it can't be controlled by one gender saying, well, this to me would be a date. Like if we don't go to a restaurant where you're not paying $200 to $300 for our date, then you don't really like me. That's not really a date. Like
That ain't your
that
person.
What a flag.
that narrative needs to change.
Hmm.
Red flag on the play.
Absolutely. It's
Red
just it's
flag.
crazy to me. That narrative needs to change. Like it just
If you're more focused on the price of the food than the atmosphere and the ability for us to enjoy each other and talking, no.
that
Then no. Peace. I'm good.
that
Actually, I had something come up. Yeah.
I feel like the best type of dates, in my opinion, are like either a gym date or like a walk in the park, like or a walk around like the city or something like that.
that's what I'm
That
saying. Grab a beverage and go for a walk.
because
Find
you
a park
force
bench, sit on
somebody,
a bench and talk.
yeah, you force somebody to have a conversation with you in a sense, and if
Hmm.
there's somebody who is of no substance or little substance, still be on their phone 24/7 and shit. You know what I mean? So like,
Say it.
yeah, man,
And
I just
doing
feel
one of
like,
these, taking pictures of the meal,
Say it.
taking
yeah,
pictures of themselves while they're at the restaurant. Like,
restaurant, yeah,
no, if
like,
you're doing all that shit for show, yeah.
Not my
Anyway,
person.
It's all about the experience, not the price for me.
yeah, that's
yeah,
my point. I believe in providing like experiences. I'd rather take a day or a week and provide little experiences throughout versus, you know what I mean, a grandiose
We
thing.
can have more fun sitting there people watching than we can
I think people,
$500 date.
yeah, especially me, because I'm a jokester.
absolutely.
I like making jokes.
Exactly.
But I was gonna say, as far as dating, and you say people go from the talking to dating stage real quick, I believe that's because people are afraid to like lose something so good. You know what I'm saying? Because usually that talking stage usually provides like a good feeling, and you feel like, all right, at least if I date this motherfucker, I think on a subconscious level, I really believe that because, like you
That's just
said,
crazy. Sorry,
it is
not you, but
crazy,
that
but
idea. You know why? Because
it got big. Because why?
everyone is in that bubble of euphoria in the
Yes.
first 3 to 6 months of getting to know somebody. In the first 3 to 6 months of getting to know somebody, your endorphins are on high, your pheromones are on high, your adrenaline, like everything about that person is so fabulous until you discover that one thing about that person that you don't love. The bubble gets popped, and then you start paying attention to all the shit that's been right there in front of you that you weren't paying attention to because you were in that bubble of euphoria. That's how people go from talking to like 3 months later, they're married. And not to say that those relationships can't be successful, but you have to be open to the idea that there's going to be some shit about a person that you really don't like that you're not going to find out in the first 3 months. Because whether we feel like we're trying to give like our true, authentic selves, most of us, if not all of us, our representative is there first and foremost. Because you know what? There are certain things that you're just not going to do in front of that person when you're in the talking stage. You're just not. You know what I mean? So it's like that rush to go from, oh my God, I need to be in a relationship with this person for fear of losing them, man. That's why you're going to be going from relationship to relationship to
To
relationship
relationship.
to
Relationship hopping.
relationship to motherfucking relationship because you refuse to be patient and do the talking.
So
Take your fucking time.
Some of the Avengers. Let's switch roles real quick. Switch topic. Val, you about to ride this wave out, right? So
So
that
real
thing when
quick,
you,
before you start Slim, do we want to, is it possible to come out? Because I know like the hour is going to knock in like 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it possible to go out now and then we come back in? Because I don't want
Oh,
to
yeah.
interrupt
Yeah.
stuff.
I'll log us off and then we'll come
How
back.
do I want to make sure the host with it.
oh, thank you.
The host with the
Okay,
most.
I just want to make
I
sure how.
appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, thank you, sir.
Yo,
Thank you, sir.
everyone, make sure you guys come back.
Respect the
Please
MC,
come
God.
back.
Nah,
Come back. Come
I
back.
got you, man. Always, always.
look, yeah,
So
please.
when everybody comes back, we're doing Val is going to be in the hot seat. And the second half of this is focused on Val. You don't want to miss
Bow,
this.
bow, bow.
If
We
y'all
start
have any
taking
questions that
shots
y'all
at
want to
him.
drop during the live as well,
Yeah,
Slim
Don't
will
please.
ask
see
no
them
questions.
or AJ
No
will, and then
questions.
just hit the question mark. Oh, it's gonna be good. All right, y'all.
Okay.
All
Come
So
right,
back.
I'll time us out and then we'll come back.
come all right. back.
All right.